Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day, thanks to our pals at the VFS School of Game Design. Thank you so much, Vancouver Film School. Now, this rundown is dedicated to Faceless Corporation, which is a very interesting screen name right there, who is happy to see that VFS is on our channel and glad to see EPN rising up like this. So are we. Thanks for your support. This rundown is dedicated to you. Nintendo is taking a page from Sony and Microsoft and switching over to a new kind of online gaming. The gaming giant has outlined their future plans for online services on the Nintendo Switch. Starting in 2018, users who want to play games online will need to pay a subscription fee, similar to the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live. The good news is that it will be less expensive, just $20 US for 1 year, compared to $70 a year on the PSN or Xbox Live. It's a good thing that it's cheaper because Nintendo's service won't have as many features, most notably built-in voice chat. Multiplayer games will instead need to use a separate smartphone app on iOS and Android devices, which seems needlessly complicated. If that's got you down, here's something that might cheer you up. Subscribers will also get access to a library of classic Nintendo games like Super Mario Bros. 3, which Nintendo says will come with new online play. Exactly how this will work has yet to be specified, but it sounds kind of like the game deals available on PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Gold. Nintendo first revealed that the Switch would be getting a paid online service back in January, and it was originally expected to arrive before the end of the year, but Nintendo pushed it back for unspecified reasons. It seemed inevitable that Nintendo would start charging for online service sooner or later, given that their two biggest rivals have already been doing it for years. We just hope that since they're going to be charging money, it gets a lot better and more user-friendly than it is right now. The existing online services on the Switch will stay free until the new service launches. Payback's a bitch, and it's also the name of the new Need for Speed game. EA has announced Need for Speed Payback, the next game in their long-running racing series. It takes place in the fictional Fortune Valley, inspired by Las Vegas, which means you get to race in different locations, ranging from busy city streets to hot and dusty deserts. The story and characters seem suspiciously similar to the Fast and Furious movies, with players joining a crew of high-speed street racers who take on a deadly cartel that runs the city's casinos and entire criminal underworld. The biggest new gameplay feature is a stronger emphasis on car customization. Players will have the ability to pick up scrap cars in the desert and then fine-tune them into the perfect high-performance vehicle, and you'll also be able to get your hands on newer, more exotic cars that are fully customizable as well. Earlier this year, developer Ghost Games confirmed that the controversial always online requirement of the last Need for Speed game would not be back, so you won't have to stop playing if your internet goes down. More new features on Need for Speed Payback will be unveiled at E3 later this month, and we'll be there getting you all the goods. The game races under the PS4, Xbox One, and PC on November 10th. The future of the Hitman universe may be uncertain, but that doesn't mean the current Hitman game isn't still going strong. Developer IO Interactive, which was recently dropped by their parent company Square Enix and has suffered layoffs, has announced that they're continuing to release new content for their latest Hitman game. As part of their monthly update cycle, June will see new escalation contracts, featured contracts, and a new elusive target added to the game, with the new contracts launching today and the elusive target coming later this month. They're also planning to release new content in July, but it's unclear how much longer they'll be able to keep supporting the game. As a result of being dropped by Square Enix, IO will need to find new investors soon if they want to stay afloat. If they do survive, it's uncertain if they'll maintain ownership of the Hitman IP, which they created, or if Square Enix will keep it for themselves. We'll keep you up to date with the latest on the matter. It looks like Netflix subscribers are going to have to take leave of their senses. The streaming service has canceled their original series Sense8 after 2 seasons. The show, which was created by the Matrix sisters Lily and Lana Wachowski, along with comic book writer J. Michael Straczynski, premiered in 2015 and after a Christmas special in 2016, returned for its 2nd season last month. Netflix has decided not to order a 3rd season, but they haven't revealed exactly why. If we had to make sense of it, we'd guess that the show didn't have a strong enough audience to stay alive, coupled with the fact that it had a bigger budget than most shows. Sense8 tells the story of different people from all walks of life who share a strange telepathic connection connection, so it had a large ensemble cast spanning multiple locations across the globe. The cancellation is sure to come as a huge disappointment for the show's loyal fans, especially given that the final episode of the second season ended on a massive cliffhanger. Hopefully the Wachowskis and Straczynski will find some way to revisit the story and bring it to a satisfying conclusion at some point down the road. Despite the cancellation, Netflix is actually doubling down on the amount of original content they're producing, seeing it as a way to grow their subscribers and target audiences in specific countries as they continue to expand. And Netflix is about to expand further into the darkest and most frightening place of all, New York's Hell's Kitchen. It looks like the dark and gritty Punisher series from Netflix and Marvel will premiere this November. That's according to television director Deirdre Walsh, who's working on the show. Speaking with The Hollywood Reporter, she revealed that the Punisher episode she helmed was shot late last year and will premiere this November. Since Netflix makes entire seasons available at once, that means you'll be able to binge watch all the other episodes at the same time. Netflix hasn't announced a precise launch date for their new Punisher series, but November would be in keeping with the release windows of their past Marvel shows. When Netflix first announced their collaboration with Marvel, it was originally going to have just 5 shows, the 4 standalone ones that have already premiered, and the upcoming crossover series, The Defenders, which arrives this August. They decided to make a 6th series focusing on the Punisher after the character stole the show in the 2nd season of Daredevil. Given the character's dark background, expect his solo series to be even more violent and bloody. And over to a much less violent superhero, it looks like the new Wonder Woman is spinning her way to a sequel. With the new Wonder Woman movie hitting theaters today, a sequel is already in the works at Warner Bros. Pictures. In a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins says that she's planning to make a sequel to the film, which will see the heroine wield her lasso in the present day. That means her days of battling in the trenches of World War I are over, at least for now, so we'll get to see her in a more contemporary setting the next time around. Fingers crossed that she'll also get her invisible jet. Jenkins and star Gal Gadot are contractually locked in for a sequel if Warner Bros. Gives it a green light, and it seems very likely that they will. The new film just earned $11 million from Thursday night preview screenings, which puts it on track to earn anywhere from $65 million to $95 million at the box office this weekend. That will put it behind the opening weekends of the last 2 DC movies, Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad, but Wonder Woman might have greater success in the long run thanks to the fact that it's getting much, much better reviews. It currently has a 93% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes, making it the best reviewed DC film since The Dark Knight was released back in 2008. Even if we don't get a sequel to Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot will return in the Justice League ensemble, which hits theaters this November, and she'll probably pop up in other DC films as well. It is a shared cinematic universe after all. I recently reviewed the new Wonder Woman with my pal Johnny Millennium, so you can watch that before taking the film out for a spin. That's it for our rundown today. To learn more about game design, visit our friends at VFS.edu. We'll be back again on Monday with a brand new episode for you. But in the meantime, check out some of the other content we've made for you. And if you like it, hit subscribe, all right?